Matt Powers. Welcome back to another episode. Today we have former Pan American team member and your 2018 National Championship silver medalist, Mr. Ethan Harak, joining us. Ethan, thanks again for doing this, man. Appreciate it.
For sure.
We're happy to be here. So let's talk a little bit about what have you been up to. You can see we're at your brand new gym here. Why don't you talk about it? Tell us a little bit about what's going on here.
Yeah, so at the very beginning of this year, I decided to open my own gym. It's been a lifelong dream, and it just, kind of turned out to be the right time. I met the right person. I met my business partner JP last year. And, things just kind of started rolling from there, and we decided that what we were trying to do would, be that it would be worth a shot, and so we just put all of our chips in and put it all in black.
So you basically sold your house and got rid of the wife and everything, and decided just to go all into the gym game, huh?
Yeah, I mean, all of my savings just all there.
Yeah, so you're all in now. Yeah. Gary Vee talks about that, finding your passion, and is this what you would consider your passion? Is obviously you enjoy weightlifting, but owning a gym, is that like your number one passion?
Yeah, so for sure. So like I have a formal degree in chemistry, but I wouldn't say that is my passion. Like this is my passion. This is where I want to be. And then I often find myself like with work-wise, this to me really doesn't feel like work,
right?
Because it is my passion. Whereas whenever I have to walk to my full-time job, drive to my full-time job, whatever.
He can walk there. He told me that earlier.
It is pretty cool that my gym and my work is like probably 2 or 3 blocks apart. Here, I mean, I could slave away for 12 hours and it still doesn't really feel like I'm working. Like it just, I just like being here. But as far as like the risk standpoint as well, like yes, it was a financial risk, but if I was gonna bet on somebody to succeed, I would always bet on myself.
Right.
So like in my head, it wasn't that much of a risk.
Right. Well, this is something that you've been kind of planning on for a bunch of years in your own head, so you've kind of mentally prepared for the shift over, right?
Right. So like I've been to many different gyms, many good gyms, many bad gyms. I met good coaches, bad coaches. I've pretty much seen it all, and so I had a very good vision as to what I wanted it to be.
So what is the vision for Strong Barbell Club?
Well, number one, we want to be an all-inclusive strength gym. So we have a lot of big dudes, and we don't whenever a new person walks in the gym, we don't want them to feel intimidated by how much weight they're lifting or like how big they are. We believe that everybody has a right to be strong, and so I guess that's kind of a motto. So like we specialize in powerlifting, weightlifting, strongman. We welcome all strength sports, and so
the type of member you have here is really just kind of a real broad range. Then you have your people that want to compete,
yeah.
And then you also have your people that are maybe just getting into strength, like they're maybe getting up there in age, and they got to do something about their body, and this is what they've chosen to do.
Yes, we have all the way to the world class level, and all the way down for some people who it is just a hobby, and wants to be healthy.
Right. So how many members do you guys currently have here?
We're sitting around 110, I believe, and so we opened up shop June 1st. In the first 2 weeks, we had 75 members, and it just kind of slowly going from there. So it's so far it has kind of completely blown away even my expectations. I would have never thought that we would be sitting at 110 just 3 months in.
So we're at your new place here. This wasn't the original place of Strong Barbell Club. Tell us what happened there.
Yeah, so we had a pretty rough start. So we opened June 1st, and we were open for 2 weeks, and then I woke up one Sunday morning at 7 a.m. Got a phone call saying that our roof had collapsed in our other space.
This wasn't your side of the gym or your side of the building, right?
Right. So it was not in our space, but it was in the very neighboring space. It was a space where multiple tenants were, and it fell in, and we're talking like 1,000 square foot hole in the ceiling.
So like people's size of their houses.
It's like a size of it's like a hot tub falling to the ceiling, and all of the water and debris came rushing into our space.
Right.
And so we were told the city came in and did their thing, and they condemned the building.
So the government came in and said you can't operate anymore, right?
And that.
Do you hate when that happens?
And so we were. Our business was 2 weeks old, and that happened to us, and it could not have been a worse situation, really. So but I think we did rally pretty good because we were only shut down for 1 week. We kind of scrambled around, found a new spot, and I think we found a better spot.
Yeah, I think you guys came out ahead.
I think all of the members liked the spot much better, and so it was probably a good scenario, but it was just never an option to just throw in the towel. It's like
Well, this was the only option from what JP said, right?
Right, and like we already had 75 members at this point,
right?
And we already had kind of a set location, so it was not like we could move cities because
right.
and so.
So what's running through your mind though? Because your place of operation, it's not like a website. Website crashes, you can build another one. You know what I mean? Like you have your building where all your members are coming to. What's running through your head that moment where you guys are almost set to open up, and now you don't have a place for any of your members who I'm assuming you probably have taken money from, and promised things to, and now you can't deliver on those.
It's a very scary feeling.
And you throw all your chips on black, like you said.
And the worst part about that was we just felt like we were helpless. Like we did everything that we could and made it the best for our members, and then at that point, we couldn't do anything. So
what do your members say now? That like members that maybe saw your other location and see this location now, what are they saying? Do they like this one better? Did things work out for the best then?
Everybody thinks that it's an upgrade. So for example, at the other place, we had the bathroom situation wasn't the best. We didn't have showers, whereas we have all those over here.
Yeah, amenities are big when it comes to a gym.
Yeah.
You get a shower here, you can get people that come in and work out before work and all that stuff, and it makes it easier on their lives, So that's got to be a big plus for you.
Absolutely.
So where do you see like this gym going? Let's say in 5 years. I mean, is this something that you see growing into being like a competitive gym, like where you guys are putting teams together, or where do you see this gym being in 5 years?
I don't really ever want to own a large gym. I want a smaller gym that we can really focus on each member, and we can focus on the whole community aspect. And so I don't want it to get too big. So kind of in our head that we thought that we would be right around 200, maybe like 250 members,
right.
Especially in this space. And so that would kind of be our cap at that point.
So wouldn't it be great to like turn people away at your gym?
Right, and then like have like a waiting list to get on it.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I think that would be cool. I think that builds like the luster of your gym up. Where it's like a club. You go to Los Angeles, you want to get in the club and you can't get in. What do you want to do next time? You want to get in that club earlier.
Yep. And so we're always gonna welcome the competition side of things. We're never gonna say no to that. So I mean, but like I said. We're not all about that. Like we want to.
Well, you can't be because there's not that many people that compete in this.
Right. It's relatively speaking, it is a smaller niche as of now, and it is growing though, and I think one day it will be one of the larger niches in this.
What has been like one thing that's really surprised you about owning a gym? Something you didn't think about, or something that's really just caught your eye? The electric bill?
Yeah. Utilities, paying bills.
Yeah.
I do pay a lot of bills.
Yeah. And they got to be paid, They're going to come and take it away from you,
Yeah. So when I initially thought about running a business, I had no idea about all like the paperwork.
Mm. The taxes. You haven't had to pull tax.
The tax is its own thing in itself. Like it just takes so much time.
You found a guy's good. It's a good CPA yet?
Yes, but it still requires a lot of work from me, and
right.
Trying to have everything laid out so it's very easy for them. And so I didn't think that I would spend that much time doing that. But
did you get your QuickBooks yet, or are you using a different software?
QuickBooks.
Yeah, that's the easiest way. Yeah, totally agree there.
Absolutely.
All right, good deal, man. Let's move on to your weightlifting career. Something that I'd like to say we were training partners, but I feel like like you were my training partner this whole time. So I appreciate all the work you did to get me to the level I'm at.
Yeah.
So what are your best, for the people out here who don't know your numbers? What are your best numbers in competition for snatch and clean and jerk?
Best ever. My best snatch is 165. And my best clean and jerk is 207. I have spent time in both. I've spent time in multiple weight classes. I was a 105, and then I was a heavyweight, and then now I'm currently at 109. And so, but all my numbers have, out of all, I found that whenever I put weight on or actually did a cut, the numbers really didn't change all that much.
Right. So it's better to be lighter.
Right.
Right. So what would you say is, you've been on the Pan American team, you've competed at nationals, you competed in the American Open Series. What is your best highlight, I guess, or best competition that you think you maybe were a part of, that one that rings true in your memory?
So I have two different situations. So the first one, the coolest competition I've been a part of was the 2017 Pan American Championships, and that was because I was representing the USA.
Yeah.
Like,
USA.
Being able to put that on, being able to put that right across the chest, and have it whenever your name pops up on the screen and it says United States of America.
Yeah. Now, where was that at?
That was actually in Miami, so I did not have to fly or anything to a foreign country, which was really nice for the whole prep part of that.
But you've been to foreign countries to compete.
Right. I've been to Russia, which was definitely an experience.
Talk about that trip.
I went to Russia in 2016, right around the same time all the hacking went on.
Yeah. So you make this long trip all the way over to Russia. Talk about that. When you went through Germany or something like that, and then that where your flight took you through, and
the whole trip was.
They didn't have food over there or something like that, or what was the whole story with the trip?
The whole trip was a whirlwind because I think we left on a Thursday, and then I was back the following Tuesday, and so
you had no time to adapt.
You're right. I didn't even try to adapt, and so I was. If you do the math, I was only in Russia for it was less than 48 hours. I think it was 36 hours.
Yeah. Well,
and so
most of the time when you go to an international competition, if you're training on if you're competing on a Saturday, Sunday, you're there Monday or Tuesday or something to give yourself enough time to adapt to the time change.
We got there at 6 a.m. and then I competed 12 hours later.
And how did you do?
I got fourth, which was
what were your numbers
terrible.
That day? You remember?
I mean, they were great because of all those.
Well, you can't expect a PR on.
I think I snatched 157, and I think I clean and jerked 195 or something.
Yeah. But still, looking back on it, it's probably got to be. I mean, that's really one of the only times you're going to get to compete in Russia, which of course is known for it.
It was straight up like a Rocky IV whenever he.
Yeah. Is that what you were watching on the way over there?
Yeah, listening the whole time. It sucked too because I was actually cutting weight as well, and being on the plane that long.
Oh, well, that made it easy, huh?
It was bad, and yeah, there's a lot of great memories from that. Probably my best memory though is I would say competing for Team USA was great, but the best memory is at the 2018 Nationals. Whenever it was in Kansas City.
Yeah,
I was on home turf. I got to sleep in my own bed, and then I remember walking out for the introductions. I just remember seeing all my friends and family, and there was I don't know. You were there, right? Wasn't it 30?
Natalie and I watched it on
30.
On TV, yeah.
There was 30 to 50 people. And
that's the most you ever had.
Like usually when I walk out, it's just crickets.
Well, Vicky's there, you know.
yeah, my mom. But just
Moms
like,
are always
I could just hear the roar, and then like I really fed off that, and it was such a cool.
And you did pretty good that day too.
Yeah, so I ended up putting 213 on the bar for the win, and I did miss that, which would have been an unbelievable experience. But looking back, still had a great time. I had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
And so
was making the Olympics, I mean, or being on like an Olympic team, was that kind of like the ultimate goal, or what happened with that?
To be honest, it wasn't really my goal. My goal was to represent USA in some international competitions. So whether that meant Pan Am's, the World Championships. I also knew that the Olympics is very hard to get to. Like, yes, you have to be at the top of your game, but you also have to get a little lucky. Like, other people have to do poorly for you to get there. And so it's a lot of hard work and a little bit of luck to actually get there. Plus, all like the qualifying things now, like it's just so complicated. Like now, since they changed it last year, you have to have so many international competitions just to be eligible. What that means is that you have to pay yourself to go to these competitions, pay thousands of dollars at a time just to be eligible to go to the Olympics.
And invest in yourself.
Right. But a lot of weightlifting athletes who have the ability to go, they don't have that money just laying around.
It's expensive to fly everywhere. Trust me.
Because like if you're an athlete, you really shouldn't have a full-time job like that.
If you want to be into it, yeah, absolutely.
And so like, how are you gonna make money if you're not working a job?
So what's your training look like nowadays? What are you doing for training wise? Who are you working with?
So this past summer, I was pretty busy with this gym, trying to run things, trying to open things, making sure that it was on its own 2 feet. And so training was pretty light. I just kind of did it here and there. I did recently start working with Max Ada from Juggernaut, and so far that's been really good. And so right now I plan to compete at the AO finals.
Okay. Well, what was the reason for the shift in coaches there?
Max has just kind of been there, done that. Like he's a level 5 coach. He's probably going to coach an Olympian next year, and at this point, I know that I have a limited amount of years left to compete, and so
be masters like me.
I want them to be worth it, and so I want the best of the best. If I only have this short amount of time,
right?
So I don't want a coach that that is trying to figure things out for himself using me, right? Like I do not want to be a guinea pig. I would like to use somebody who has already proven himself and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, he would be a guy. So you talk about working, full time and then coming into training. Are you training at nights here, or what's your training schedule looking like?
So usually I train 4 or 5 days a week, around 5 p.m.
Yeah.
So.
And what are you doing on the weekends? You train on the weekends too?
Saturday mornings. So we always like to throw down on Saturday mornings about 9.
So the schedule's the same, man. Nothing's changed, huh? Just a creature of habit, huh?
In a sense, yeah. It's even if I wanted to leave, it'd be hard to.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So enough about weightlifting and the gym for now. Let's talk about stuff outside the gym. And I think this is what I get most curious about with athletes is what do you like to do outside of the gym that doesn't involve weightlifting?
So like, if I had like the perfect day in my head, I would go to the farm. My in-laws own some land up north, and just to be out there in the open, and whenever I go there, I make a conscious effort to set my phone aside, and I don't even pick it up. And
sounds like you're not available on the weekend.
Maybe, but it's just to get away, just like clears my head, and I just like to be out in nature and stuff like that.
I'm gonna make sure I phrase this right so Lauren doesn't get upset at me here, but you like to go out and shoot your wife's AR, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my wife's more into guns than I am, and she custom built her own AR, and so yes, we do go out and shoot.
But see, most people don't have that opportunity, right? They don't have land that they can go to and do what you want, you know?
It's a blast. We shoot guns. We ride 4-wheelers. They have a pond, so I've been swimming in the pond.
They're fishing the pond?
Fantastic. No, but it's so that like they're a pond. They actually put aqua shade in it, and so it's the same color as like the water in like the Caribbeans. So it's like, and they have a beach. Like they're saying everything. It's just
damn. Well, how come we don't get no invites? You know, I want to go to the beach. I got kids. I like the beach.
So yeah, that's probably my perfect day right there.
And so you love dogs too. You know, especially Great Danes. It looks like big dogs like yourself. Yeah,
I do like Great Danes. I think my wife likes Great Danes more than I do.
What is it with Great Danes?
I just like dogs. They're just big, and so like you can actually like.
What does it cost to feed a Great Dane like a month?
I can actually tell you that.
Please don't say $400.
Go to Costco. We buy the food from Costco. Each bag's $40. You go through 2 bags, so about $80 a month.
That's not bad.
When we did have 3 Great Danes at one point.
That gets a little more expensive.
And it was probably $120.
But let's talk about like feeding you too. Like you're a bigger guy too. Like what does it cost to feed you on like a monthly basis?
So there is a member here. She owns her own meal prep company, and for the past, I would say, 2 months, she has been cooking all my meals. And so what's so fantastic about that is she like makes these big trays of steak, chicken, salmon, rice, veggies, and she charges about $90 for that.
Why don't you give her a plug here?
Her company is called Fika Fair.
Okay. They have a website?
I think she has a website. She uses her Instagram, so
what's the Instagram?
Check her out. I think it's Fika Fair. So FIKAF.
Wow, really prepared on this one.
Big plug here. FARE. Fika Fair.
So you like having all your meals prepped for you? Is cooking not something you like to do, or you just like to have it all ready to go?
I mean, for the longest time, I did cook my own meals, but I found that when I opened this, my time became much more valuable, and it just one less thing that I have to worry about, really.
So how is your training different now from kind of just going back to weightlifting real quick? When you have this kind of full-time gig now, and now you've got like this short window where you got to work out in. How has that changed from when you didn't have a job where you can just train whenever you wanted? What's changed about the focus when you come into training?
More or less quality over quantity. So I used to be so big on like what numbers I'm hitting. Like I always want to lift the heaviest amount of weight, but it's really not about that. It's about hitting quality reps, making sure my technique is dialed in, and it doesn't have to be super heavy. The best way to get strong is to lift weight at moderately heavy weights, and so
like 80%,
right, and just pretty much live there. And as I've gotten older in my career, I don't really ever touch the numbers that I hit in competition and training.
That's what competition's for,
right? And so there's really no reason to go for a PR in training if you have a meet coming up, because maybe you want to save that for the meet. And as I get older, I know that I only have a certain amount of reps each year, even that I'm like full intensity, and like have to save those.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm 37 now. I think I get maybe 1 or 2 days a year where it's like things like feel really good, and I can keep going, and I feel like I can snatch some good weight, or I can clean and jerk some good weight.
Right, and like you said, you just like. But the rest of those days, you just have to pretty much just put the work in and just believe that those days will then follow.
Trust the programming.
Trust the process.
Right. Exactly.
And also enjoy the process.
Right. So let's talk about that real quick here. And it's, as I've gotten older too, training needs to be fun. I'm a firm believer that if you're getting older, your body hates you, your mind is tired from all the other stuff you got, family, work. You want to come somewhere like this type of gym, where it's like, this is fun, man. Like I get to go train with a couple buddies. I may not be as strong as I used to be, but man, I'm really enjoying myself.
Right, and it really has nothing to do with how much weight you're lifting. If I am lifting on my platform, you know, whatever like the relative amount is, if I see you also lift the same amount of weight that's, you know, that is relative, you know, say we're both lifting 80% and we are both struggling, like whenever I see you work, it also, like, you know, motivates me to, you know, work harder as well.
Right.
So it really has nothing to do with the amount of weight. It's just being in one environment, you know, all at once, and just kind of enjoying the process, enjoying each other,
right,
and you know, making the atmosphere.
Right, and I think that's what makes a gym. You know, because if you didn't come and train in an environment like that, you just train at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know about you guys, but training at home sucks. Like you have to be a different type of animal to be able to do that.
I hate training by myself. It's just, I have always been that way.
But I think that's what makes weightlifting, powerlifting, CrossFit, all that stuff, it makes it better than a quote-unquote 24-hour fitness, is you're actually training with someone who's maybe on the same program as you are, who's got similar goals to you, where you go to like a basic gym, A, you have no programming, and B, you're just kind of walking around like, I don't know what these people are doing here.
I did not want to be the gym where, you know, everybody walks in the gym wearing the headphones and then never spoke a word to anybody else.
Oh, yeah, that was always me too. You're bring the gallon of water, you just put your headphones in and just leave me alone.
That to me does not seem fun.
All right, well, tell everybody where they can find out information about Strong Barbell Club. What's your website, phone number, all that, Instagram handle, all that good stuff. So the website is strongbarbellclub.com. You can find us on Instagram at strong_barbell_club. We're also on Facebook. And that's about it. What's the best way to get in contact you guys? Through Instagram?
Through Instagram. We do a lot of business through Instagram. You can just, you know, send us a quick message, DM, and we respond to everybody.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you should.
Kind of important.
Yeah, I know. You'd be amazed at how many people don't respond, you know?
Right.
Well, good deal, man. Well, hey, Ethan, thanks again for coming on, man. Appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure.
Hey, if you guys like this type of content, appreciate a like, and if you can, please hit the subscribe button. Always appreciate it. Thanks again, guys.
Thanks.
What do you like best about this gym here?
The people are amazing.
I love the atmosphere. I love being surrounded by all these strong people. You know, they really became a family to me.
It's open 24/7 and I have an insane work schedule, so I don't have to worry about running for work or adjusting my work schedule to get here.